Hi everyone, author Deanna L. Lawless here, and I want to talk to you about the dissociation that occurs in patients with complex post-traumatic stress disorder. Whether you've been diagnosed or not diagnosed with it, this is one of the signs that you can look for. I can remember telling people throughout my life, before ever seeking therapy on anything that had occurred in my life, that there were moments that I would go into blackout and still be functioning. And by the time I would come back to, I would realize that I'm doing something that I had no clue I was doing. I actually spoke about this in one of my recent videos that I've done about an episode that occurred where it was at the age of 11. I thought I was pregnant. I had written my friend a letter and had planned to give it to her next time I saw her. My mother found the letter, went out drinking with my dad, came home and confronted me in the hallway and proceeded to grab both of my arms and rear up her foot and kicked me in my stomach. She kicked me twice in my stomach and proceeded to raise her foot to kick me a third time. And at that point, I don't remember anything else. By the time I came to, I had my mother on the floor and I was beating her in the face. I considered this a blackout that I thought, was part of a problem, something that was wrong with me. Obviously, I was so angry that I went black and decided to beat the hell out of my mother. That is what I thought all of my life, and I have always thought that was something wrong with me. I've had other instances like this that have occurred where maybe someone said something to me that was very vicious, and I blacked out, and by the time I came to, I was beating the hell out of someone. I mean, this is stuff that has happened throughout my life, okay? It doesn't happen anymore. It hasn't happened in many, many years. Therapy has been wonderful for me, but it's stuff that happened throughout my life. So I've got my trusty notes so that I can stay on topic. Let's see. I've already done that. Okay, so I've recently learned something else looking back throughout my childhood. When I was 5 years old, my teacher went to my mother and told my mother that I was dazing off during class. And it was suggested to her, I'm assuming, that I be tested for epilepsy. I can remember being taken to the hospital and having a cap placed onto my head with 42 needles attached to my head, bunch of goo gel, and there were brainwave activities that were taking place throughout lengthy period of time, maybe an hour or two, and then also hearing tests and things like that. So I actually was being tested, and I have the medical records to prove this, for epilepsy, but the test came back inconclusive. So now I'm looking back at these things and I'm realizing that when you research dissociation, you will read up on what's called the dissociative stare. And this is part of what happens to people who have complex post-traumatic stress disorder, where they just gaze off and they look like they're in their own la-la land. And you may even say something to them and they're not hearing what you're saying. And you have to get in front of their faces just to get their attention. Well, that's called the dissociative stare. And this has me now considering that even way back at the age of 5, I already knew that there were abuses that were taking place just by visually seeing the abuses that were occurring between my parents in the household, because they fought often. But now I understand that at the age of 5, I was dazing off, or I had the dissociative glare. So this is just another one of those symptoms. And I'm coming here to talk to you all about this because these are things that I'm finding in my journey of discovering all of this stuff, and I want you all to be aware of it too, because I know that I watch a lot of videos of other people who have been through this experience, and I pull a lot of information from it, and I'm so grateful for those who are out there talking about their experiences, and that's why I'm out here talking about mine, because I might be able to explain it in some way that you understand it, whereas other people have been able to explain it in ways that I understood it. And I'm grateful for that. Anyway, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. Again, this is Deanna L. Lawless, author Deanna L. Lawless, and I hope that you all have a wonderful day.